Did you know George Washington accidentally started a world war, pined for a woman he could never have, and wrestled with a dark secret that haunted his legacy? Stick around, because the real story of America's first president is wilder than you think, and it's not all powdered wigs and cherry trees. George Washington, the first president of the United States, is a towering figure in American history, often revered as a near-mythical founding father. Born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, he rose from modest colonial gentry to become a military leader, statesman, and symbol of national unity. While his well-known achievements, like leading the Continental Army to victory in the American Revolution and presiding over the Constitutional Convention, are widely documented, there are lesser-known aspects of his life that offer a more nuanced view of the man. Let's explore an untold story of George Washington, weaving together established history with some intriguing, often overlooked details. Washington's early life was shaped by ambition and loss. His father, Augustine, died when George was 11, leaving him under the care of his mother, Mary Ball Washington, a strong-willed woman with whom he had a complex relationship. Lacking the formal education of his older half-brothers, Washington turned to practical skills, becoming a surveyor by age 17. This work not only honed his meticulous nature but also sparked his lifelong interest in land acquisition. By his death, he owned over 70,000 acres across multiple states. One untold story lies in his near-disastrous start as a military figure. In 1754, during the French and Indian War, a 22-year-old Washington, then a lieutenant colonel in the Virginia militia, sparked an international incident. Tasked with securing the Ohio Valley, he ambushed a French scouting party led by Joseph Coulon de Jumels de Villiers, killing the officer, an act that some historians argue ignited the global 7 Years' War. Shortly after, Washington's forces were besieged at Fort Necessity and forced to surrender, an embarrassment that haunted his early career. Yet, this failure taught him resilience and strategy, traits that later defined his leadership. Washington's personal life also holds hidden depths. He married Martha Dandridge Custis, a wealthy widow, in 1759, gaining not only a partner but also significant property and social standing. While they never had children together, he raised Martha's 2 children from her previous marriage, and later her grandchildren, with evident devotion. A lesser-known tale is his unrequited love for Sally Fairfax, the wife of his friend George William Fairfax. Letters from the 1750s reveal Washington's deep affection for her, with one 1758 note hinting at a passion he could not fully express due to societal constraints. This emotional undercurrent adds a layer of humanity to the stoic figure often depicted in portraits. As a slaveholder, Washington's biography is incomplete without confronting an uncomfortable truth. He owned over 300 enslaved people at MountVernon by the end of his life, a number swelled by both inheritance and his marriage to Martha. Yet, an untold shift occurred in his views. Exposure to abolitionist ideas during the Revolution, coupled with interactions with free black soldiers, nudged him toward unease with slavery. In his will, he famously ordered the emancipation of his enslaved people after Martha's death, the only founding father to do so, though this act was imperfect, as it excluded those owned by Martha's estate, who remained in bondage. His presidency, 1789 to 1797, cemented his legacy, but an untold story from this period is his physical decline. Washington suffered from recurring illnesses, including malaria and dental issues that left him with ill-fitting dentures, made of human teeth, ivory, and metal, not wood, as myth suggests. By his second term, he was nearly deaf and relied on aides to manage daily affairs, a vulnerability he masked with his commanding presence. Washington died on December 14, 1799, at MountVernon, likely from a throat infection exacerbated by bloodletting, a common but harmful medical practice of the time. His final act, reviewing his farms on horseback in freezing rain, reflected his relentless work ethic. Today he's remembered as a unifying figure, but these untold stories, of youthful missteps, personal longing, moral evolution, and quiet frailty, reveal a man who was as complex as the nation he helped forge.